Hi everyone, I am on my own this evening. My husband's popped out to do a gig and I finished all the baby bottles, I've done all the washing up, I've put my relaxies on, as I call them. I have got my glass of wine and I have the remainders of a white Toblerone, so I'm all set to go for a cosy evening. But before I settle down and probably fall asleep watching something rubbish, I thought I would do a little video about my favourite products of 2016. I've gone on a little product journey and I've come out of my comfort zone with a lot of things. So I'm going to be covering things like makeup, skincare, body care, although it's I've got a hand cream to share with you, so it's not really much in the way of body cream. So makeup, skincare, a little bit of body care, and some hair products as well. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to start with the hair stuff. I have found my absolute hero shampoo and conditioner this year, and it's actually funny because when was it? It was probably December 2015 that I got recommended this shampoo and conditioner set, and I will show you if I can grab them. They're a little bit squished because they are half empty. So this is Redken All Soft. This is the shampoo, this is the conditioner, and you can see they're quite squeezed where I'm trying to get the last little bits out. I normally stand them upside down actually so that they're sort of ready to squeeze when I'm in the shower. But these are actually intended for dry, brittle hair. Now I'm not particularly brittle, but I do blow dry my hair most days. I tell you what I do, I wash my hair every other day, and then the days in between washing, the day that I don't wash my hair, I tend to spray my fringe wet with just like a spray bottle of water, and then I re-blow dry that, because I find that when I sleep it just kind of goes like this, just goes totally crazy, and I just need a little quick fix to sort it out. So I do actually blow dry like the hair that frames my face every day, and then I blow dry the rest of my hair every other day. So for that reason I get a bit of heat damage around my face, which is obviously going to be where it's most obvious. So I was recommended the Redken All Soft range, and what a transformation it has been. Now when I was recommended to use that, I was also recommended to use, now I've only got a little one, but this is also by Redken, and this is the Glow, let me say it right, Diamond Oil. It's for a glow dry, not a blow dry, but a glow dry. And this is just a little deluxe sample size product, and actually when I went to buy these, they were in a gift set, the three of them together, which couldn't have been more perfect. So I bought the shampoo, conditioner and the deluxe sample size of the Diamond Oil. Now some of the girls in my office had been trying this and saying that they loved it, and I wanted like a serum or an additional nourisher, a hair helper outer that I could just run through my towel dried hair before I blow dry it, just to give it like that extra softness and a bit more nourishment, because sometimes I find that as I try and run my fingers through my hair, I kind of tug and drag a little bit because my hair can tangle really easily, it's quite fine. So I wanted something to just like smooth through the ends and give it a little bit more glide and a bit more smoothness. I can go quite frizzy as well, so I wanted something to tame that frizz. And this set has just been fantastic. I do forget how much these cost me because they were in a gift set. The shampoo is 300ml, the conditioner is 250ml. As I said, this was a deluxe sample size and this is only 30ml, but normally the full size bottle of this is 30 or 30 something pounds, and I was like, oh god, I really don't want to buy that if it doesn't suit me. So buying it in a gift set and getting this size was just perfect, and I absolutely love the stuff, so I will be buying a full sized after this. I hope my husband isn't watching this, but yeah, I'm going to get some more of that because I absolutely loved it. So when you're washing your hair, what I didn't notice until I tried these new products was that all the other shampoos and conditioners that I was using before, when I rinsed out the shampoo, my hair felt really draggy, like really stripped and really like squeaky clean, and I used to think that was a good thing, but actually you need your fingers to be able to slip and glide through your hair, not in a greasy way but in a soft way. Your hair needs to have that slip to it, because otherwise everything's just going to pull and tug and drag at your hair. And the softness is what this has given me. So I now know better. The other hair care product that I wanted to share with you is something that I have loved for absolute years, and I came away from using it and then I just went straight back to it because I love it. So I got Aussie Miracle Hair Insurance. It's a lightweight conditioning spray, so it's basically like a spray, a leave-in conditioner, and it's like a water consistency, but it smells divine. Now it says it is oh god, I hate saying this word, jojoba or jojoba, I've heard it said, but basically it's to detangle and protect the hair, which it certainly does that, because my tangle tease, I mean, that glides through your hair anyway, but even more so with this in. And it's really, really nourishing. So this is something I absolutely love, and this is a really affordable product. What I will do is actually look up the prices of these, the full size prices, and I will put it in the comments section under the, I will put it in the comments under the bottom of the video. Okay. So moving on to skincare, I'm not going to go through all of the skincare products that I use, but these are my favourites of 2016. And my two skincare heroes this year are, this is an amazing primer. This is, excuse the little squeezy taggy thing, this is Dermalogica Age Smart Skin Perfect Primer. Now this product comes with this thing, which as you use it, you basically, it comes at the end when you first buy it, and you basically wiggle it down and it squeezes your product right down for you, so that you constantly have like this torsion, so that you can squeeze the product out. Now if I show you on the back of my hand, this is slightly tinted, and it's like a translucent tint, but it's not a very strong colour when you put it on your skin, so I think it would suit very many skin colours, if you can see that there. It's so slightly tinted, and I would call this I would call this my poly filler. Now if you can see, I have quite open pores. I've got quite a coarse texture to my skin because I tend to be on the slightly oilier side of combination skin. And what that means is I've got quite open pores, so I constantly want to be hiding them and filling them in, because I don't personally like the appearance of them, and it kind of irritates me. It's like a bugbear that I've always had, is it makes my skin look slightly less even than I want it to look. So for me, I want a primer that is going to sort of be really thick and like a paste or a balm in consistency. I have tried so many primers on the market, and a lot of them are like lotions, or they tend to have like a balmy consistency but on the greasy side, so they don't, there's no sort of texture to them. And this is my absolute favourite. So when I put this on, it feels like you can smooth it into your skin, and there's enough slip and glide to it that it moves around your skin and you can spread it easily, but not so much slip and glide that you're just going to be there forever. And it actually helps even the appearance of my big pores, which is perfect, which is just what I want. Other benefits to using this is it's got a broad spectrum SPF 30, so it adds to the sun protection factor that I use in my moisturiser as well. And obviously it's slightly tinted. I have rubbed that into the back of my hand. You probably can't see it because it does just disappear, but it doesn't have a sheen to it. It doesn't have any greasiness at all to it. It is just completely mattifying. And sometimes I don't put foundation on over the top of this. I just use this and then I powder set, and then I use my blusher and stuff, and that's good enough for me. So if I'm having like a really light, easy day, then that is perfect. If I was going out for a night out, then obviously I'd want my foundation and stuff. But I love the fact that it's slightly tinted, because if you're not fussed about wearing foundation, then this is actually a really nice way to just even the skin texture and the appearance of your skin, which is just lovely. If you can afford it, as I say, it's a pricey product. It's about £33. It is pricey, but it lasts me a long time. This will last me 6 months with daily use. No word of a lie. Okay, and that is tried and tested. This is probably the third tube I've bought in my lifetime, and I use it religiously. I love the stuff. My husband obviously reads my blog, bless him, because under the tree I had a full-sized hero product of mine. I got a sample size of this and I wrote a blog post on it reviewing the product, and he bought me full size, which was so sweet of him, because I thought, oh my god, how do you even know about this? He obviously reads. So this is Eclat. This is the full size, and it's 15ml, which isn't huge, but because it's an oil, you use maybe 3 drops a day, it's going to last you a long time anyway. And I went into a department store and I got chatting to an ex-student of mine who was working on Eclat stand, and she gave me a sample of it, and the sample lasted me like almost 2 weeks. It was 10 days. And then my 3-year-old found the tiny little tube and she was like, oh, I really like this, I'm going to put it in my shopping basket, and I haven't seen it since. This is called Aromescence Rose d'Orient, and it is a soothing oil serum with essential oils. It's 100% natural, which I love. I love plant-based products because we have this biomimetics thing going on in the beauty industry. We mimic biology because biology is where it all comes from. You look at nature, it's got it 100% right. It's got an answer for everything. And Eclat is one of those companies that does that really well. So this is a 100% natural product, and it smells like a really beautiful, I want to say, savoury version of rose. It's almost got like a herbal edge to it. And what I do when I use this, if I show you the type of top that it's got just like an open top. So I put my finger on it, tip it up, so I get like a drop on that finger, and I do that on 3 fingers. Now that sounds really, really stingy, but honestly that is all you need. When I first got the sample of this product, I thought, don't really fancy like putting an oil onto my oil prone skin, because it's just going to make me feel more greasy. This is groundbreaking for me. I have never found an oil that literally disappears on the skin and doesn't feel oily. It is just fantastic, because what it does is it leaves you feeling really nourished and it makes you feel soothed. So when the seasons change around October, November time, when we first get that real chill, my skin suffers big time and I get dehydrated to the point where the moment I've washed my face, I feel so parched and tight that I have to slap on some moisturiser, and that's when I know I've got to step up my skincare regime just a little bit to nourish the skin and hydrate the skin a little bit more until I get past that temporary dehydration and sensitisation. And then I get back on an even keel again and everything settles down. But it's just when that season changes, I really, really suffer. And this kind of balanced all of that really, really quickly. I will, if I can work out how to do it, because I'm still quite new to all of this, I will put a link under my video to the blog post where I review this product in full, so that you might like to go and have a read on it, because I write up in much more detail about it. But it is fantastic. I believe it is 40 something pounds, £45 for the 15ml, but honestly it's going to last you a long time, so I think it's worth it. And for what it's done for my skin, totally, it's been a real hero product of mine, and I'm so pleased to try another brand and find a product that I really, really love as well. So my next product, this is my kind of body care, kind of skincare product, and there's not a lot left of it, excuse me banging. This is a hand cream. This is by Champneys, so it's really affordable, but this is called Spa Treatments Hand and Nail Cream. And the reason I love this so much is because it smells beautiful and it's really, really like balmy in its texture. So it's not like a lotion, it doesn't slip everywhere and then you have to sit like this for ages not touching anything while you wait for it to soak in. It's thicker than that, so instantly it feels like it's nourishing you more. And I use it around my cuticles because I really struggle around my cuticles, they're constantly dry, but I really work it around those, and it's thick and balmy enough that it actually really hydrates them. But I know if I use this for a full day, maybe I probably would put it on 4 or 5 times in the day. I know that might sound ridiculous to some people, but that's what I do. then I know it will sort me out, and I will not have cracks and peels like that in no time. They will all just disappear. It is fantastic. You can see it's on the way out, like I've got nearly nothing left, and I have to keep like whacking it to try and get it out. But I'm definitely going to be buying some of this again, because the moment you put it on, you literally just have to rub it in for a few seconds and it disappears like nothing ever happened. It's fantastic, because I don't have time to sit and wait for something to soak in. I literally want to rub it in quick, and then crack on with whatever I'm doing. And with this stuff, I can do that. Excuse me, time for a little bit of wine. Okay, so now I'm on to my makeup products, and I've been going on for quite a long time now, so I'm going to try and get through these really quickly. This is YSL Touche Eclat, and I came away from this for a couple of years, and I really don't know why. I had no reason to, but this year I bought another one, and I totally remember why I fell in love with it. It is just fantastic. It really does highlight but almost conceal at the same time. I get this in shade 2, which is probably a shade or 2 paler than my actual skin colour. And where I tend to use it is under the eyes, mainly here, and then right just in there in the corner, because I get a little bit of a shadow in there. And then I use it down here. Now these lines are getting more prominent as I get older. I probably smile far too much, so I need to smile less and then they'll slow down. But these lines down here, from the outer corner of your nostril to the corner of your mouth, they're called nasolabial folds. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But they are becoming a bit of a conscious thing for me. I don't like them. I think they age me, and I like to try and hide them as best I can. So what I do is I actually use this just from the corner of my nostril down to maybe about here, just to help me out with the shadow that's created with that. With the contour of the face there, it creates a shadow which actually highlights the fact that they are there. So I use this to kind of hide them as much as I can. I put a little bit around the outline of my lips just to sort of give them a real blank canvas, so I've got a nice sharp punchy edge to my lipstick, and I use a little bit in the crease of my chin just there. And I love the stuff. I paint it on and I use the brush to semi-blend it, but then I wait for a few seconds, at least 30 seconds, while I'm doing other stuff around my face or whatever, and then I let the air partially dry it, because then you get a greater intensity of the product. Because when you take your finger in or your brush to then blend out the brush strokes, it actually lessens the intensity of the coverage. So I find if I let it air dry a little bit and then I just use my finger, not to blend it or smear it around, because that is effectively taking it back off again, I literally press like this around the outside of where I've put it, where the brush strokes are and the rough edge of the product is. And I literally press into the outside of the product to get rid of that edge mark and blend it to the rest of my skin, and then I don't do anything else. And then I powder set. So this is the last thing that I use after my foundation. And then I powder set it in. So that powder actually holds it in place all day, so you can keep the intensity of the coverage that it gives you, and it kind of, as I said, it highlights, but for me it conceals a little bit as well, and I love using it for both. I don't know, as I said earlier, I can't remember why I came away from this product, but I absolutely love it and I'm not coming away from it again. My second hero product of this year, again, is not one of the cheaper brands, but this is BareMinerals, and if I turn it around, it's their Eyecolour, and this shade is called Finesse. I'm going to swatch it on the back of my hand for you now, but it's a brilliant everyday colour. It's on the pinky side, and that should suit most skin tones, because it's a non-fussy pink. And it basically provides you with like a little a subtle glisten to the skin. So if you can see it on my finger there, that looks really pale and pearly. But if I just swatch it on the back of my hand, you can see how it just disappears into the skin. Can you see it back here? It almost disappears, but you can just see the patch of it here where I've put it. That is just such a pretty pink sheen or a slight glisten to the skin, and I love wearing this. I'm not wearing it today. I don't tend to wear eyeshadow when I'm wearing a dark colour on my lips, or if I do, it wouldn't be something that was pearly or glistening like this, because I find it detracts from the punchy colour that you want to wear on your lips. So I'm not wearing it today, but the rest of the time when I have maybe a more natural colour on my lips, I wear this and I absolutely love it. And I tell you what, it really complements with a brown eyeliner or a green eyeliner as well, or something that has brown or green undertones to it. I absolutely love it. I have two more hero products of 2016 to show you. 2, 3, depends what I've got time for. But the top of my choice here is NYX or NYX. I never know what to call it, but I always call it NYX. This is a retractable eyeliner. And this is shade 04. This is just called brown, and it's just perfect. Now I've got green eyes and I love wearing pinky colours like the one I've just shown you, so I tend to go for like a dark brown, and I find when you use a brown, sometimes that can be a lot more punchy than wearing a black. Now sometimes blacks are fantastic, they certainly have their place, but today I'm wearing brown and I think it looks black and it just has a little bit more richness to it sometimes. It's retractable, so I can't be asked with sharpening. I hate the fact that I find sharpening pieces in the bottom of my makeup bag. It annoys me. So I love a retractable pencil so I can just do away with all the sharpening malarkey. And I love the fact that it's got such a glidey sort of texture. So if I'm going to run it over the top of the eyeshadow patch that I just created. Perhaps you can see them two together, but just one. Look how sharp that is. That's such a great intensity of product. A great intensity of colour, I should say. It's got a real good pigment to it, and it still looks like a real sharp dark colour. It doesn't necessarily look brown. I probably had it maybe 3 months now. I love the glide to it, and that makes it quicker for me to use. So I literally just from the outer corner, I just go like that. I just drag it in. And it's probably in, can you see, maybe a third of the way in. It's not even halfway, so it's maybe about a third of the way in, and it just gives me that thickness to my lash line, and that's all I want really, is just to make my eyes look a little bit more defined, and that's enough for a day wear for me. So I absolutely love this. It's got a real nice glide to it, but still it's very rich. And my last product is actually what I'm wearing on my lips. This is just a lip liner, but I use it all over. And again, it's retractable, which is fantastic. You know, it helps me out a lot. But this is Precision Lip Pencil, and the shade is called Raspberry. So you can see the colour of it on the lid, but you can also see the colour of it because I'm wearing it today. And as I said earlier, I haven't touched this up since I put it on this morning. No word of a lie. All I do is I put a little bit of lip balm on just to give my lips a little bit of slip and glide, but not too much. And then I line the lips first, and then I just colour it in. The only thing I would say, and I think this is not just with this product, but I think with anything that you use that is quite bright, when you get partway through the day, you notice that on the inner part of the lip, the colour tends to disappear, and that's just because of your talking, licking your lips and eating and stuff like that. So if I was to touch up any part of my lip, it would just be that inside part. But I'm not going out tonight. It really doesn't matter at all. I absolutely love this colour. I think when you go into shop for reds and pinks, it can be a bit of tricky business because you don't always know the shade that's going to suit. Things like your teeth colour come into it, because if you don't have perfectly white teeth, which I don't, you have to steer away from certain shades of red and pink. And for me, because I don't have brilliantly white teeth, I can't go for reds that are orange based. I have to go for pinky based reds, and when I go for pinks, I can't go for baby pinks that are blue based. I have to go for pinks that are sort of more close to red, so like deep sharp fuchsia, really punchy colours. So I can't get away with those pale and pasty sort of the colours that I love, but I just can't pull them off. When I found this colour, it was just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And it's got real good staying power, but it's very affordable as well. So that brings me to the end of my list of products, my saviours of 2016. I hope that's been helpful for you and maybe opened your eyes to some products that you perhaps haven't tried before. I hope I've explained them well for you. It's always my intention to sort of justify my ideas as well as just say, oh, it smells really nice and it feels good and it soaks in well. I actually like to give you a bit of information behind them and justify my judgments so that you're convinced. I hope to see you again next time. I'm going to be doing another video real soon. I've actually had a bit of a break over the Christmas period. Subscribe to my channel, give me a big thumbs up, and you'll be sure not to miss out on all the stuff I do in the future. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.